So we're getting closer to finishing this game here. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we can do to make this look a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a title screen here. So I'm going to go to New File, and we're going to add in two files. We're going to add in a Swift file, and we're also going to add in a SpriteKit scene file. All right, not scene kit, SpriteKit. So let's add this in first. Okay, so I'll double click, and this is very important. I'm going to call this title scene. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go ahead and push create. Now what it's going to do is it's going to create a title scene.sks file, but that is not good enough for adding in a new scene here. This time we're going to add in a source file, and we're going to add in a Swift file. And we're going to call the Swift file the exact same thing. So what I did is I copied and pasted it here. And there we go. We have a title scene.swift. First things first is you need to import SpriteKit. If you don't import SpriteKit, then it won't work. All right. SpriteKit will let us do pretty much anything that we want here. Let's add in a class, and the class is going to be named title scene. All right. And we're going to say that this is SK scene. All right. Now this is how you start up a Swift file for SpriteKit all by yourself. And you can add in 1, 10, or 15 of these. And remember, the GameScene.Swift is essentially this. We can now add in our override function did move to view. And look at that. We can add that in here if we want to. And we can add the touches moved, we can add the touches began, we can add pretty much anything that we want here. So let's add in two items here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a var. We'll call this btn play. So we're adding a play button. And this will be a UI button. Right? Then we're also going to add in a game title. All right? Now, there's two things you can do. You can make this a UI label, or you can make this an SK sprite node. Okay? And if you really wanted to, you could make the button here an SK. You could make it an SK sprite node, as well as you could add it as an SK label node. Okay, but we're just going to make it a button for this tutorial. All right. So the first, and actually the game title here, we will, since we're using the button here, we'll make it a UI label. So first things first is let's go and let's change the background color. So we'll go to self.background color is equal to off black color, and you can see that off black color is still being used there. All right, so we got our off black color, and then let's go and let's set up the text. So let's add in a function called set up text. And before we forget, let's call set up text within our did move to view. Okay, and then within here we're going to go and we're going to say btn play is equal to UI button, and we're going to say this is a frame. Okay, and we're going to say this is a CG rect, and we're going to add in a x, y, a width, and a height. So let's make this 100, 100, 400, and 100. Okay. We'll go btn play dot center is equal to cg point, and we're going to say this time it's going to be view dot frame dot size dot width. Okay, and then for the height here we'll just simply put it somewhere like 600. Okay, Let's add in btn play again, and we're going to go to title label dot font. Make that equal to UI font, and we're going to say a string. We'll add in Futura, and the size, well, we could probably say something like 60. Okay. Now it's saying that there's a little bit of something in here, and I'll just rephrase it here. All right. We're going to go to btn play dot set title, and we're going to say the title of this is play. And then we're going to type in UI control state dot normal. All right, btn play dot set title color. We're going to say this is going to be, for now, we could say that this is off white color. And again, we're going to go to UI control state dot normal. All right, and then we're going to go to btn play. And you can do something like set the shadow color if you want to. So let's do that. Dot set title shadow color, and we'll say the color is off black color, and the UI control state is UI control state dot normal. All right, we're going to go to btn play dot add target. All right, now this is the most important part because this will tell us, and this will call the function that will do everything for us. So it's going to be self. The action is going to be selector. So essentially it's saying that it is a selector, and we'll say it's play the game. Okay, and we're going to set up that function now. And UI control event is going to be UI control events dot touch up inside. All that means is that you're going to simply touch the button here. Okay. Then we're going to go to self.view.add subview, and that view we're going to add in is btn play. So this is how you programmatically add in a button. Before we forget, let's add in a function here called play the game. Right? And play the game is going to move us to the next scene. Okay. While we're in here, we could do this with two different functions, but let's set up everything all together. Okay, so let's do the game title is equal to UI label. Okay, UI label, and then we're going to add in a frame. It's going to be CG rect, and then for this here, we're going to say 0, 0, and we're going to say the width is width, or it's going to say view dot frame dot width, and the height here we'll say something like 300. All right, game title dot text color is equal to off white color. Game title dot font is equal to UI font, and it's going to be Futura, and the size will be, well, 60. All right, we'll say game title dot text alignment is equal to ns text alignment dot center, and we're going to say game title dot text is equal to, and we can say like Galaxy X, something cool. Self.view dot add subview, and we're going to add in the game title. So we now have all those items in here. All right. So this does work. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit more about what we need to do to make this actually functionally work in the next tutorial.